Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today I'm back with another episode in my Hidden Gems series where I cover records that I think are either generally overlooked or I don't see get mentioned too often or have like a cult following and I think are worth your time to check out. And today we're going to talk about Halcali's Halcali Bacon. So this is the debut full-length album of the Japanese hip-hop and pop duo, which consists of Halco and Yukali, making the title Halcali. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And this album was originally released back in 2003 to some minor acclaim and buzz, mainly in Japan. They would go on to release a handful more projects across their career, and they disbanded right around 2013, where both kind of separated off and just kind of pursued different careers. And I wanted to point you in the direction of their debut album, as I think it's really solid and I think it's a great place to start. Since the early 2000s, hip-hop has only grown in popularity, and even as of recently, pop music has seen much more growth than other genres. So I do think if you haven't heard this record before and you revisit it through those hip-hop and pop lenses, I think you're gonna enjoy it. Especially with the popularity of groups like Kiro Bonito popping up recently. Because if I'm being honest, Halcali is like the original Kiro Bonito. Obviously, there are some artistic differences between the two groups. I mean, I would argue that Kiro Bonito's sound is a lot more lush and punchy, I guess, overall. They kind of took it further down the rabbit hole. But those very thick and punchy beats and eclectic sampling and definitely the vocal deliveries just ring through as being like where Kiro Bonito might have drawn their inspiration. I think the best way to get a taster of this right away is with the track A Halcali Sensation. The drums on this one are very hard-hitting and punchy, and there's also this really fun, slinky bass line that's woven into this beat that wouldn't sound out of place on a 90s hip-hop track that came out of maybe like De La Soul record. And it also has this nice soaring chorus on it that's really sweet and catchy and reminds me a lot of Kiro Bonito's stuff. And they also add in this like little whistle here and there that, again, gives me vibes like what Kiro Bonito was doing on Bonito Generation. Another standout track on here is towards the end with Electric Sensei. This one almost hits like an early LCD Sound System track. I mean, it doesn't really sound like LCD Sound System, but the ascending synthesizers that are carrying this song constantly make it feel like it's going forward and has like a lot of energy behind it. But this album does offer a lot of variety. I mean, it's not just these like punchy hip-hop pop fusions. The track Hello Hello is a very loungy, laid back, like smooth rock vibe going on. And there are some really sticky refrains on the chorus that make the song just pop overall and gives off this feeling like you're just exhaling all of the stress that you're going through. Candy Hearts is another track that has a really wonderfully smooth groove in it. And I really love that catchy flute sample that's woven in there. I'm not really sure like where that comes from. I feel like I've heard it before, but I mean, it's just super catchy. I mean, it gets really stuck in my head. And the last track on this album ties everything together with this like sort of twinkly progressive synth pop cut that's also pretty wonderful. So those are just a handful of highlights that I thought came off of this album, but a lot of it's really eclectic and fun. There's a ton of just like colorful, upbeat instrumentation on here and some great hooks that make me want to revisit. And yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, if you've been a Kiro Bonito fan and that, you know, looking for something else that scratches that kind of an itch, I mean, this album right here is for you. Thankfully, it was added to streaming services last year, so it's easy to access it through Apple Music or Spotify, but there are no vinyl releases of this, only a couple promotional CDs that I could see on Discogs, so yeah. But if you have checked out this Halcali Bacon record, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below, and also if you want more suggestions like these. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and share, and if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.